it's Coffee tapping back in with some updates, man. And we done seen all the allegations against Diddy. I want to hear everyone's thoughts about that in the comments as trial is looming, getting closer and closer. How will that play out? We saw some legal analysts saying they believe Diddy could beat this case, but trying to rush the trial is a mistake on his end. We saw Jay-Z get roped into that, which I think Hove cleared his name, man. There was too many inconsistencies in that story. And the father of the alleged victim not remembering a 6 to 8 hour drive from the 585 Rochester, New York, all the way to NYC just to rescue his daughter after a horrible situation like that. I just can't see that being possible. I believe Jay-Z cleared his name. And now we see what Shannon Sharpe is accused of. And at this current moment, I think things ain't looking good for Unc or Uncle Shay Shay, or whatever the fuck you want to call him, however you want to reference him. I think his situation is looking not so good, But we know this don't just happen in hip hop. The Harvey Weinstein, Epstein, a lot of sick flux out there. Got to throw that out there, man. Sick deviants come from all walks of life, just like any evil. It can come from anywhere in all forms, and a lot of sick flux are manipulators out of this world. As you're going to see someone in what we're talking about here in regards to Fat Joe just got G-checked in the comments. Like, are you stupid? What's wrong with you, man? But if y'all ain't seen this, some things in regards to Fat Joe have come into question.
If it is proven that he's a child pedophile, he's a piece of shit, he should die. It's a fact. I've always told you that. Not about him, about anybody who does that. Right? Rolling with me, I'll make you a star. Now she was only 16, I had to nurture that. Give her some growth, waited till I touched the cat. Told her she gon' have to work or she gon' get ahead. Then she drove me berserk when she gave me some head. She told me that she learned that from the porno flicks. I said, mommy, stop talking, just suck on this dick. You never felt like that was crazy though? He was like 40 something years old. She was 16.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, that is crazy.
All right, so you see that, man. Some old, very wicked based lyrics from Fat Joe talking about grooming a child, an underage girl, in his lyrics. And then you see that some individuals have caught up with some kind of individual. I don't know if they're alleging that this is the same person referenced in this song, or they're just using this song to paint the picture of, Fat Joe's true nature, that he's on some bull-ish, man. I remember a little while back, quick side conversation, I was doing a video about some Snoop Dogg lyrics that Milk 74 was talking about, like, yo, what is going on here? Where Snoop was in his 30s talking about playing a high school, looking for some girls. Like, whoa, what's up with that? You know what I mean? Like, that sounds all the way wrong, all the way flucked up, all the way wicked. And Spider Loke jumped in the comments. Someone's like, yo, Coffee, go check out the Ice Cube song, Giving Up the Nappy Dugout. It's an old track from many moons ago. I forget which Ice Cube project that it was on. But man, I like to get into talking about that song. Like, jump in the comments and let me know if you're familiar with that song. It's about a girl being underage and really fast and being exploited by individuals in the neighborhood and stuff like that. Like, it's a real fucked up song where Ice Cube is a guy talking to a father saying, your daughter is fast, I guess we'll say. And then I heard Spider Loke reference it on a Street TV episode when he was still podding it up over there. Comment too, guys. Do you miss SPI on Street TV? I thought there was a good rapport that he had over there, but him and Munchie B fell out. And then some things came out about Spider Loke saying some kind of similar things about Munchie B. Hit the comments and let me know what y'all think about all that. That's a whole nother situation, but it ties into what we're speaking about here. As there's some individuals who groom kids, you know what I mean? And they don't see anything wrong with it or something. I don't know. I can't tell you what some sick motherfuckers think. Why they are evil and demonic and whatnot. But Spider Locat brought it up on Street TV. There's a clip out there. You can probably find it about Ice Cube's in that song. And I don't know if it was like a concept song where Ice Cube was trying to make parents aware or the world, society aware of some things that were going on or whatever, you know, because they directly reference that Ice Cube does in the track about the girl being underage and stuff like that. It is a twisted song, but I just wanted to, you know, hear everyone's thoughts on that track if they heard it, you know, like Ice Cube. I don't know. It had to be some kind of concept song for awareness or something like that, I think, you know. But in regards to what we're speaking about here, this is an older clip. I believe Fat Joe was talking about Africa Bambaataa, once looked at as one of the greats of hip hop. And, you know, we heard about the Bee Stinger dude, Hassan Campbell, and, you know, many other individuals just saying it was common knowledge around the way that Africa Bambaataa was a straight Nashville predator preying on young boys. It's so sick and demented. And obviously Hassan Campbell went on to have this career in the blogosphere, creating content and talking about the rap industry, conspiracies, just all kinds of ish, you know what I mean? But when it comes to Bambaataa, like there was the whole controversy with KRS-One where it seemed like was defending Bam at first, but then word got out like, yo, I don't think he was aware of what exactly had been revealed at that time. You know, KRS-One not always tapped into the news cycle or whatever it seems is what I believe I heard happen. Comment if you remember and all that. But KRS-One later, you know, spoke out against the wickedness and all that. And, you know, the accusers of Bambaataa, who I believe that is all actual factual. I believe Bambaataa is just no good and whatnot. And, you know, there was a lot of stuff put out there and it tied in some of his Zulu Nation brethren for trying to cover it up. I don't know, like tapping everyone out there and let me know you think if the Zulu Nation as a whole knew about it or if it was just certain individuals who were a part of that movement that helped cover up some of the things Bambaataa had did. And the Bee Stinger dude that put it out there, I believe that he had been threatened and different stuff like that. Like it was just all flucked up, really sick, disgusting, disturbing situation. And whether the Zulu Nation as a whole knew about it or not, it definitely tarnished the name of that movement for life, if you ask me. But there was some conversations coming up couple years ago. I believe there was like a hip hop museum or something like that, and they either put some kind of exhibit or recognition of Bambaataa in there, or they wanted to, or they were talking about it. If y'all remember as well, join the discussion. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new over here. We talk about music, sports, news, crime, true crime, current events, a little bit of political-ish, a little bit of everything over here. But when these conversations were coming up, I believe that that's what that original old clip of Fat Joe speaking about was there. That in his opinion, I guess, you know, it had never been confirmed or not if Bam was all bad. And again, I believe that Bam is all bad. And, you know, another thing is he's never really, from my understanding, again, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't claim to know it all. I'm just the individual talking into a device, making content, trying to engage the people out there, y'all on the other end, listening, you know, to engage in debate and discussion. That's what we do. We talk it up on the topics. You smell me? Because you can't just regurgitate the news. You got to unpack it and break it down. It's not always as it seems in regards to some news topics and debates. But with Bambaataa, I truly believe he's all bad. He's plucked up. He's sick. He's a Nashville predator. He's a wicked demon, like on some Jeffrey Maustein-ish. But once again, if I recall correctly, it was like Fat Joe was saying if it's been proven about Bam, he's a piece of ish and he deserves to die like anyone who's like that. But it seemed like, he was revisiting the Bambaataa thing and second guessing it if it's true or not is what I believe was going on there. And then we hear those very not questionable, just flucked up grooming lyrics. Let's not even call them questionable. Let's say that they were pure wicketry, where he's talking about grooming a child and all that. And then we hear an accuser, right? And it seems Fat Joe too, back in 2010, was in the news, accused of violating a woman along with his entourage in a limo when doing a show or an appearance in Wisconsin, and no charges were ever brought against Fat Joe. He was saying that it was a shakedown. Individuals were trying to get money out of him, but they were formally investigated and questioned by police, but no charges ever came. Now, again, I don't know if they're saying that this indeed is the individual from the Wisconsin situation or the individual referenced in the song, because I believe they were talking about how young old girl was and that the relationship was foul and flucked up. But it's all put together in a piece, seemingly exposing Fat Joe as a groomer and wicked of nature to be his true self, and that this all just shows us who Fat Joe really is. Now, join the discussion and let me know if you have heard of this before, what you think about it all, if you remember that track, what album it's off and all that. But you see in the comments right here, like I was talking about manipulators and the wicked demons out there and all that. And some dude was saying like, yo, I met Fat Joe, he didn't give me them vibes. And you see everyone proceeded to roast this dumb bastard in the comments. Like, yo, what the fuck, like stupid comment. What does this mean? You see SPI, who actually posted this up. Once again, shout out to Spider Loke, was talking about, like, I don't give a fuck, you dumb son of a bitch. And, like flat out what someone seems like, like I know a lot of people feel like they're a good judge of character, but let's keep it a buck. There's been a lot of wicked demons over the years that it shocked people how they truly were, because sick flux often, rely on manipulating people and running game and lying and all that. Like, no question, always go with your instincts, always go with what your gut's telling you, because I do believe that the vibes and that sixth sense, if you will, is a real thing. I do believe in energy and vibes and instincts and stuff like that. And comment and let me know how you feel about your instincts and you being a judge of character or not. But at times, motherfuckers can slip right by us. Hell, I remember once I worked with this dude at a restaurant, right? We were on the line cooking it up, and gave dude a ride home a couple times. And baby mom, wifey, I don't know, I call her different things at different times. Life is crazy how it goes. That's a whole nother story. But she was telling me, yo, something is strange about that guy. Like, we stopped out by the res to get some smokes, and she was saying that dude was like really intrigued by the whole way the res works, and that it is like sovereign native land, and that police really hold no jurisdiction out there, which is somewhat true. You know what I mean? Like, police aren't supposed to just go out to the res and get involved in things. They're supposed to have to be called out there. But when it comes down to it, the police will go out on the res, especially the feds. I'm not saying that's how it should be or what it should be, but it's just what it is. I mean, everyone knows that, right? When it comes to the government, they're going to poke their nose in where they feel like it. And I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's what they'll do. But there is some cats and individuals who have had some victories over the federal government. R.I.P. Afeni Shakur, mother of Tupac. She took on the feds at trial, as she was a proud Black Panther in charge with some wild crimes, and she beat the case all on her lonesome. And we've all heard about that high federal conviction rate. But it was wild. It was like, dude was just real intrigued by that. Like, he, was like, gonna go out there like, yo, I'm part native, and hide out on the res or something like that. And then other people who worked there was like, yo, something's off about that dude. I just can't quite call what it is. And I was like, word, I don't know. Dude seemed all right to me. And guess what? He was on the run. One day he stopped coming in, and the police started questioning anyone there who had talked to him. And it turned out that he was on the run for violating and raping a woman and lighting her on fire. And he was convicted of the crime and caught. But it just blew my mind. Like, damn, man, I thought that dude was all right, and he was indeed a wicked demon. Like, his ish was twisted, man. But yeah, let me know, everyone, your thoughts about that, your sixth sense, your gut instincts and all that. But this guy here talking about, I met Fat Joe, a celebrity, and he just seemed like a good guy. Like, you sound dumb as hell. But what someone else brought up was kind of intriguing. They referenced a classic film, a feature created by one of the greatest hip-hop music video directors back when the music video was something different. iPhones and all these apps and were not out, and the blogosphere was nothing like it is today. It was in its infancy. You know what I mean? This is back, if you had the internet, it was, you've got mail, files done. You know what I mean? The AOL days, creeping up to the new millennium, the year 2K. 2G. And Hype Williams used to kill those music videos, and he brought us Belly. You know what I mean? A movie, as Method Man once described it in an interview, about being caught up in the belly of the beast in the US of A, where the dollar reigns supreme. Capitalism is what it is. Many people come to chase their dream from all over the world, but don't get it twisted for a second. When capitalism and the dollar bill is everything, and it's money over morals and individuals that are supposed to be a part of creating structure and putting systems in place for the betterment of society, and the people can be bought, and corruption runs rampant, most definitely this is the belly of the beast. And RIP to the late great DMX. Comment if y'all remember the character he portrayed, Tommy Buns, was on some wicked-ish. You know what I mean? And we're not saying that this was DMX himself. Actually, when X was first breaking into the rap game on a major scale, It's Dark and Hell is Hot was on its way. A stripper, accused him of some wickedry, of atomizing her. But X's name was cleared. But in this movie, he portrayed a character who was, as some individuals are pointing out, with Fat Joe and these allegations and accusations and what he's talking about with these lyrics here. They're like, yo, this sounds like Tommy Buns, who DMX played, and Vita situation in a movie.
What's the deal? Yo, who is this? And who is this? This is Keisha. Why the fuck are you paging my man? Tommy? You know who I'm talking about. Oh, what's up, Keisha? Yo, Tommy tells me everything about you. What's going on? Cut the bullshit, alright? Are you fucking Tommy or what? Well, not exactly, you see. I'm only 16. So Tommy said we couldn't fuck yet. But I did suck his dick the night before last. You what? I said I sucked his dick the night before last. I've known Tommy ever since I was 11 years old. He showed me how to tongue kiss and everything. We were like best friends. Sorry things ain't working out for you two. It's alright, cuz I'ma see your little ass around. What the fuck is wrong with you? Nigga, I told you stop fucking with me.
What the fuck is you talking
Who
about?
the hell is Kiana, Tommy?
Kiana who?
Oh, you dumb now? You know who I'm talking about.
I don't know no fucking Kiana, man.
Look, Tommy, I just spoke to the girl. She not only told me she know you, that she sucked your little black dingaling last night. So what you gotta say now, huh?
Bitch is lying.
Fuck you, alright? Fuck you.
Yo, so that was wild. That second part there, you see I featured the initial part from the movie, but the second part where Tommy Bond's wifey was not happy and confronted him when he was in the shower. Some content creator in the TikTok sphere had recreated in that scene. I didn't know that that's like a realm of content creation, a whole genre of videos where people will recreate the video, act it out, Milli Vanilli it up to it, and lip sync and all that. Yo, and who's seen the Milli Vanilli movie, man? That was a good movie, man. It was wild the way that all went down. They should have never accepted that Grammy. You know, that's a whole nother story. But it was a good movie they made about it. But you heard the girl on the phone that Vita played. Kiana was talking about straight up grooming. You know, that she was underage, and ex or Tommy Buns, again, RIP to the late great legendary DMX, gone way too soon. Anyone out there battling with addiction and stuff like that, always remember to get yourself help. DMX is a prime example. You know what I mean? Nowadays, with this Fenty Wap and Trank and other stuff out there, you will DIE sooner rather than later. But you see X, someone who battled with addiction for years, dating all the way back to someone giving him a lace blunt when he was coming up, and they put the devil on that man's back, and it was hard for him to get out from under it, and it fucked his life up, even with all his success, all the way up till he DIE'd. But you see that the character he was playing was grooming this child since she was 11 years old. It was fucking disgusting, man. It was twisted. He was a straight rapist, plain and simple. Child violator, a wicked demon. And let's keep it real. There's been individuals like that in many neighborhoods. I knew cats like that from around my way, and it was crazy to me that some of them acted like they weren't ashamed. They were proud to be evil, you know what I mean? But nowadays, with different things transpiring and getting put out there, the true nature of individuals, you know what I mean, has got to be known, and awareness has to be put out that this is fucked up, this is sick, and traumatizes individuals, and it must stop, and those that carry out these wicked actions must pay and must be put on blast for the world to see. And what I'm saying is, with you seeing all of this, what say you? What do you think about the Fat Joe situation and everything else we touched on in this video? Again, has this been something you heard before? The music, the allegations, all that, is Fat Joe fucked up? Like, what the fuck was he talking about in that music? Was it something like, and again, that Ice Cube track, Giving Up the Nappy Dugout, do you believe that was something that was like a concept piece of art that was put out there, where Ice Cube was like not saying, that he was with something like this, that he was just trying to put a piece of reality art out there to make everyone aware of what was going on in different neighborhoods? And again, wicked demonry comes from all walks of life, from all different places, and comes in all different forms, and manipulation is key. You know what I mean? That's what these groomers do, is manipulate the youth, and it's fucking sick. So with that being said, I'm gonna close this thing out. Let's discuss it in the comments. Was it concept song, or was Fat Joe bragging in that music about being a groomer? Like, what say you? Let's discuss it. And as I stated, there's other cases and stuff like that ongoing as well. Criminal matters, civil matters, all kinds of things in the news. Let's chop it up on all this. One more thing I want to add before I close this video out as well, is you see in that comment thread where, again, what a dumb son of a bitch, acting like because they met Fat Joe and he seemed cool, this couldn't be true. Like, you got to be one of the dumbest. Or are you a Fat Joe affiliate on a burner account, or what is this? What's going on? What's really good with you? But make no mistake, Fat Joe knows Spider Loc. He's referenced him directly in an interview, bigging him up back when he was beefing with 50 Cent.
Who's Hot Rod? It's the only nigga I know who fucked up a song with Mary J. Blige. Right? Then you got Lloyd Banks, sound like he got a frog in his mouth. Right? This nigga, man, he sold a little records because of the G Unit hype. Now he's out of here. Nobody really is walking around talking about they want that Lloyd Banks. Young Buck, he's a clown. He gets robbed every week. You know what I'm saying? He's not hot either. MOP, I love him to death. I love MOP. Could you please put their album out? I need to hear that. Olivia, what's the nigga they signed for protection in LA? Spider Loc? When is his song coming out?
And you know, the other people who Fat Joe was talking about, other YouTubers from old G Unit and old Terror Squad, I don't know who that is, but I hope he ain't talking about that gangster nigga out in the West, because that's going to be a problem if he is, you feel me? Don't say no names, don't say no names. All right?
No doubt, no doubt. I like to tell the people home, I feel so safe tonight with all this police protection courtesy of G Unit. And the winner is Missy Elliott featuring Sierra and Fat Man Scoop. Put him up. Turn over and tell her, let's do it again. That's it, man. Pussy boy. That Fat Joe may receive some blessings in the future. On my mama facts over feelings, we keep it a Google in the black box. Truth be told, at all times, if we can afford it as far as incrimination, right? We be on here talking shit, Nick, Tree Nolan, getting on certain people's head about the BS. And typically, if we on somebody's head, it involves dishonesty in regards to us. And Fat Joe happened to fall into that category. Over the years, he publicly recalled an event that took place in Miami that I attended. And not only did I witness, I also somewhat played a part and participated in the event overall. And I've given accounts of the event, and so is he, and our accounts differ to a large degree because dishonesty was utilized in him re-accounting the events. The whole situation stemmed from a situation between him and 50. And at some point in time after that, him and 50 like squashed their differences. And I even have heard 50 give an account of the event that didn't really mirror reality, as if because they had mended their issues, they both were going with a slightly or greatly altered version of events that kind of like shine Fat Joe and himself and his crew in a better light on my mama, right? So just because we had realized that he was unwilling to be honest about what took place, we've been on him clowning right here on this YouTube channel, right? But then today, man, I don't know what got in him, man. I swear to God, I ran across a link of this news story. And then when I first clicked on it and started scrolling, I wasn't really reading. I'm like, oh, I saw a date that was like from, I guess, back whenever it happened. And, you know, the title was, you saw VMAs, 50 Cent, Fat Joe. Then when I saw the date of when it actually took place, I kind of like lost interest in paying attention. I said, oh, I scanned through, I saw that date. I said, oh, this that old thing. I'm not finna read this. It's the same old thing. But then somebody sent it to me. And when somebody else sent it to me, I kind of clicked on it and investigated. And I saw that although he didn't get it 100% right, I believe us being on his neck about what really happened motivated him to try to tell the truth. I guess he coming out with a book. And the name of the book is The Book of Jose. Imagine that, how we was playing with his name with the Joe Ho. But the name of the book is The Book of Jose. And in this book, it seems he's chosen to share an account
of this same event. And I want to read what he said about it this time. And I challenge anyone to go and find any account of him speaking on this event prior to this. Compare it to what I've told as a story of this event and see who has been more honest and see if his story does not more reflect what I've been saying all this time. But let's check cuz out on my mama. The following is an excerpt from the Book of Jose, a memoir by recording artist Fat Joe and Shaquem Reed. It was MTV that brought us into each other's path during the 2005 Video Music Awards in Miami at the American Airlines Arena. Me and 50 Cent were both scheduled to be part of the show. 50's crew was extra thick that year. He had his regular G-Unit MCs there, Lloyd Banks, Tony Ayo, and Young Buck. He had just signed Mobb Deep, so Havoc and Prodigy were with him too. Mace was also supposed to have joined 50 label, and he was running with them. Plus 50 had brought some extra muscle. Wow. But Terror Squad was deep too. The label and the crew. All of my men at arms were with me. Listen to this cat. I knew it would get ugly with both our factions sitting in the audience, so I purposely stayed backstage with my guys for most of the show. I wasn't scared for us, I was scared for them. Wow. So what kind of guy brings a whole bunch of men at arms to an event to be able to be in a certain position, but then you're scared for the, all right, I don't want to get distracted. Hold up. I wasn't scared for us, I was scared for them. My team was ready to decapitate someone. Oh my God, the squad has so much love for me, they would never let anyone disrespect me without serious repercussions. Now listen to this. He said the squad has so much love for me, they will never let anyone disrespect me without serious repercussions. Now watch him detail how he got disrespected, and he cannot tell you about no repercussions. Right? He gonna follow right up with this disrespect. The squad has so much love for me, they would never let anyone disrespect me without serious repercussions. I knew there was a strong possibility somebody would get hurt with all of us in the crowd. I didn't want to disrespect MTV because they've always showed me love. I didn't want to disrespect hip-hop. Halfway through the show, I went out on the stage to give Missy Elliott an award. What the audience at home didn't see was that during the commercial break beforehand, 50 Cent got out of his seat and started walking the house. He went up to the audience in the cheap seats and started waving to me. It was like he was daring me to get off the stage. If that's not disrespect, which his squad would never tolerate without repercussions, I don't know what that is, but wait, there's more disrespect. So he started walking the house, It was like he was daring me / disrespecting me to get off the stage and physically confront him. Then he went down to the floor and started slapping fives with Jay-Z and Diddy. He was really trying to antagonize me, further disrespecting him without any repercussions. Watch. I was standing, he was really trying to antagonize me. I was standing there waiting to speak on the mic. Didn't I tell y'all that's what was happening? Waiting to speak on the mic, trying to pay him no mind. Then 50 actually came on stage for a few seconds. He stood several feet away from me. That's the key point I've been trying to tell y'all that he's been leaving out. He done talked about 50 slapping fives and all that, but he ain't never talked about how 50 left him a few feet away from him, which is further disrespecting him, something his squad would never tolerate without serious repercussions, according to Fat Joe. He stood several feet away from me. I was saying to myself, okay, we're about to fight. We're about to get it on right here at the VMAs. So imagine you being this big Fat Joe that everybody, your guys ready to decapitate you, serious. You don't want to disrespect nothing, but a dude not only interrupts your set and slaps five with everybody in the whatever, like he said, you're trying to do your best. He comes within feet of you on stage and you're still waiting for him to do something. If that's not cowardice, y'all, come on now. Do like if a nigga don't attack you, you ain't gonna, man, if you don't knock it off, hold on. was saying to myself, okay, we're about to fight. We're about to get it on right here at the VMAs. When the show came back on, this is live TV, mind you, he went back to his seat. The G Unit started yelling at me while I was reading off the teleprompter. The terror squad off stage in the wings started barking back. That's when I dropped my jab. This is when he told the lies. He started putting lies in the mix immediately. He already told you how deep we was. I guess he was insinuating extra muscle earlier, trying to be slick earlier. But look what he said. This when he started lying off top. He said, that's when I dropped my jab. Whatever, I lost my place. Hold up. Okay, yeah, why? I feel safe with all the police protection, courtesy of G Unit. It's some whole shit, clown shit. After a nigga just came feet away from you in front of your face while you was supposed to be handling business and disrespected you and marked you out, you got on the mic, another mic, later on in the show and said some whole shit. He said, me and my crew left the building after that. As we heading out, some G Unit guys streamed backstage to confront us. He ain't never said this part, y'all. He ain't never said, I've been telling y'all, but guess what? That didn't happen backstage. When that nigga disappeared from where he was speaking, his crew, a pack of terror squad niggas, got up from their seats on the opposite side of the arena from us. We saw that. We got up. When they went out to their tunnel to go back through the hallway to try to exit, we went through the tunnel this way, and we was running down the other side of the arena. They couldn't even see us. They just saw us leave our seats. Let me not get distracted though. He say, G Unit guys streamed backstage to confront us. The police separated us, and we were able to leave without a fight. See how he's skipping past that? The police did not separate us. These niggas ran from us at full speed. And at one point, they ran through a door. And when you go through this door, you probably have to take about 15 steps. And then there's another door to exit on the other side. So as we saw them, like, we're coming down the hallway like this. We saw ahead them come from this angle and go through this door. So we trying to get to the door. As when we break the door just like they did, there are a group of police telling us that wouldn't be smart. That wouldn't be a wise idea. I wouldn't do that if I was you. Meaning, apparently, they ran through tomorrow. They trying to get us. And when they let us know it wouldn't be cool. But didn't no police, like we was finna confront each other, step in between us. Oh, my mama. He brushing over that glossing. So ain't no telling what else in these memoirs ain't gonna be 100% true, because he ain't keeping it 100 anyway. The police separated us, and we were able to leave without a fight. Y'all was able to leave without getting served. He threw Mace in there. If you think I'm lying, ask Mace if my account of the events are truer than his. Tony Ayo's so seductive. He say, later in the show, 50 came out for his performance, a medley of songs featuring G Unit and Mobb Deep. Tony Ayo did show me a video, bro. That's the end of it. But I see he has finally added 2 elements to his story that he's been leaving out. The fact that 50 walked past that screen walked past that stage while he was doing his speech was extremely disrespectful. Like he say, his squad would never accept that without serious repercussions, which never took place. And he finally kept it real about the fact that the police saved them from the confrontation. Oh, my mama. And I'm not even saying they knowingly ran into that door knowing there was police in there. I think they perhaps knew that was the way to get out to some type of car or something. But I think they were just happy to see the police there when they saw them, because they were just running. I don't think they knew that was the police there. Unless we didn't see the door and it said police, that might be a case. But other than that, you did better. You kept 2 facts in there that I appreciate that you've been leaving out, Fat Joe. So we might be off your head just for that, man. Oh, mama.
You know what I mean? Let's make that clear before someone tries to be like, oh, Spider Loc, he ain't on Fat Joe's level or anything. Like, listen, SPI continues to make music and push on his content creating career and, doing other stuff, trying to get to the bag and trying to live life and all that. And, he has a big catalog of music, but as far as on mainstream level, when it came to the whole G-Unit deal, I guess his stuff never made it out. He did appear on the Get Rich or Die Trying soundtrack, some lit tracks on there from the I don't know you, Mr. Officer, or was it? I don't know who said you. I don't know who shot you. You might think I know, because you know how my squad do. And of course, the banger that things change, they never stay the same. I always felt like that was supposed to be SPI's lead-off single, you know, from that soundtrack, and use it on his solo project, which Fifth had told him was ready to hit the shelves, $15.99 or $14.99 or whatever. But he was there. He was signed. Fat Joe referenced him. You heard it with your own ears. And in that comment thread, someone's flat out added Fat Joe, and you see he had nothing to say. So I don't know. Do you take something from that? Like, let's discuss this all in the comments. Is Fat Joe all bad? Let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel. It's coffee. Fuck all the evil, wicked manipulators, the groomers, all those sacks of garbage. May they all burn in hell. I'm out of here. Peace.